Hi, I'm Tim Hollingsworth. I'm going to be making a grilled tri-tip and salsa Mexicana salad. This is a tri-tip salad that I used to have growing up as a kid. As a kid, we grew up in a large family, so in order to feed the family steak on a budget, we were looking for a cheaper cut of meat. Tri-tip was that cut for our family. So one of the biggest things that we did was the marination process with this tri-tip. To me, this marinade is one of my favorite things. It's reminiscent of my childhood. It's something that I really, really enjoy. To make the marinade is pretty simple. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna slice up a little bit of onions. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add all of our dry ingredients with our balsamic vinegar. So we have red chili flakes, garlic and onion powder, chopped garlic, cayenne pepper. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit, trying to dissolve the garlic and onion powder in that mixture. After that, we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil, some black pepper. We put the tri-tip in a Ziploc bag. And we're gonna scrape our marinade inside that bag. This marinade will be great overnight. I like to keep it for up to 3 days. I think at 3 days it's perfect. Typically you don't have a lot of acid whenever you marinate something like this. But this, I think the acid really helps break down the tri-tip because it's a little bit tougher of a piece of meat, so it helps break it down a little bit. As well as that balsamic vinegar is sweet, so it's gonna help create a nice char on this tri-tip, help us get a nice color. Here's one that's been marinating for 3 days. You can see how the flavor's kind of penetrated in there. Right now we're gonna season it with a little bit more pepper. We had some in the marinade, so we're gonna use it a little bit sparingly. Season with salt, of course. I like to use kosher salt, Diamond Crystal. The reason is I think that the granules are nice. You can kind of really feel the salt as you season and it's not clumping up in one little spot. We're gonna let that sit for about 10 minutes and then we're gonna throw it on a grill. During that time, we're gonna make pico de gallo, also called salsa Mexicana. It's a fresh tomato salsa. Has a few ingredients: lime, jalapenos, tomatoes, red onion, and cilantro. So first step is we're gonna dice our onions, leaving the root end attached. So we'll cut the bottom of the onion a little bit, just so we have a flat surface. Put our nice diced onion there. Reserve that. Next step, we'll dice our jalapeno. Cut it in half. Kind of flatten it out a little bit. Just take out the seeds and a little bit of that kind of white vein inside of there. Next step will be our tomatoes. You can either take a small little paring knife like this and cut around that core to scoop it out, or you can start slicing it and then notch it out a little bit later. So cut it into our small dice here. All right, we have our tomatoes chopped up here. Next step is gonna be slicing some cilantro. Kind of just wanna roll it up into a little bit of a ball. You can pick the leaves off if you want. I don't mind a little bit of stem in there. At this point, we're gonna put it in our bowl here, mixing bowl. I have a spoon here, mix it up a little bit. We're gonna add some pepper. We'll also add salt. A little bit of finishing salt. And then lime juice. All right, so we're gonna stir this together. Probably wanna let it sit for about a half hour so the flavor's gonna kind of all come together. You can put it in the refrigerator at this point if you wanted to. So we'll taste it. Very good. All right, we're checking on a tri-tip. Looks like it's pretty good. It's that mesquite flavor. You can smell it on there. Smell the sweetness from the balsamic vinegar. Internal tip was about 125 degrees. All right, so we pulled the tri-tip off the grill. When slicing a tri-tip, it's very important to go against the grain. You really want to make sure that you're going against the grain with tri-tip because tri-tip is a little bit tougher cut of meat. So as you can see with the grains, you have grains that are going this way, and then you have grains that are going this way. So it's very important to be able to slice this way and then rotate it and turn that way. If that sounds a little complicated for you, you can make it easy and just slice it like this, cut it in half, and then we'll treat each one individually as their own piece of meat. All right, our meat's nice and sliced. Next step is gonna be our presentation. I like to fan it out a little bit, like so. See that nice char on there? Nice, you actually have a nice smoke ring as well. Okay, at this point we wanna add a little bit of our black pepper, some of our finishing salt. Then we wanna finish it with a little bit of our pico de gallo. If you can smell it, it smells so good. And there you have it, our grilled tri-tip, just like Dad used to make. For this recipe, please visit traegergrills.com/recipes or download the Traeger app.